not necessarily this cabinet secretary that you're talking about. At least his letter I see has been responded to us by the principal secretary. That is still not satisfactory. But the others who do even worse. I saw a letter last week from a cabinet secretary telling us of their non-appearance from something called, I don't know, a chief what. I can't even remember the title. Tell them that we shall no longer be accepting such letters. If you cannot plan your diary and sit down in front of your desk and draft a letter to Parliament and respond and say, I cannot appear before because of 1, 2, 3. It shows that you don't even have the presence of mind to know that you are supposed to appear before the House. How busy can somebody be not to find time to respond to letters of Parliament? Therefore, Madam Speaker, that should serve as a warning to cabinet ministers who are beginning to gain very bad traits in their service to this country. Therefore, with those remarks, Madam Speaker, I beg to agree with colleagues who are saying that since the CS notified us in good time that he shall not be available due to work commitments, then we can excuse him. But like Senator Karungo Thangwa says, next week, Wednesday, God willing, we shall be here at 9:30 to see if he will appear. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Senators. I will only allow maybe one more. Senator Cheptumo.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think what has been raised by members here is really a very important concern. Madam Speaker, you recall, I think 3 weeks ago, when one of the ministers was supposed to appear here, members in this House, Madam Speaker, were able to express their concern. And I recall actually we requested the Speaker to issue a communication from this House expressing the concern of members because ministers were failing to appear in this House. Madam Speaker, I want to agree with the other members. It is the head of state himself who actually requested this House to amend the standing orders in the other House so that CSS will be able to appear. Madam Speaker, as much as the House Business Committee of Senate will have the discretion, rightly so, to determine the contents of a letter from the ministers and agree, but I think, Madam Speaker, we should also apply that power selectively, so that, Madam Speaker, in future, it should not be granted easily. I'm happy the majority leader spoke about the contents of the letter. It was convincing, you agreed with it. But, Madam Speaker, it is a big concern that, Mr. Speaker, the head of state himself has directed that ministers should appear here. And so the Minister for Sports may have his way today, but I think it should be applied that right in a selective manner. Madam Speaker, I want to agree with my majority leader, and I think Cherargei here, that this House today we have a very able CS for Defense, and I'm his chair in this House. Madam Speaker, I served with Dwale the first time when he was Assistant Minister for Livestock. I was Deputy Minister Justice. Later I served as a chair of delegated of Cherargei when he's our majority leader for all the time. So, Madam Speaker, I want to agree that CS Dwale, you have a responsibility. Sometimes your colleagues may not understand what it means that this is a house of debate or procedure. And this is the assembly of the national elected leaders of this country. Senate takes care of the interest of the county governments and the interest of the counties. And so, Madam Speaker, I just want to appreciate the fact that members are raising a serious concern, and I believe this House should assert itself so that ministers should be able to take it seriously and ensure they appear as and when they are called upon. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Senator Cheptumo. I want to welcome to the House the CS for Defense, who is here today on his first appearance to Senate. Honorable CS Aden Duale, karibu sana, and you'll be making a presentation in a few minutes after we have had presentations from senators on the pending issues from the CSs who have not appeared for this session today. I will give one final chance to Senator Wakoli Wafula, and then I'll give directions on this matter and we proceed on.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this auspicious opportunity to speak about what my colleague senators have ably articulated. Honorable Speaker, I'm perturbed by the way this discussion is taking course. Our dear Senator, our dear CS for Sports has ably given his reasons why he's not able to appear here. But I'm worried because the way my colleagues are talking about the tone, the texture, the temperature of the response, we are not in a choir festival, Honorable Speaker, to test the tones of letters, Honorable Speaker. We are dealing with the Honorable CS, who leads a ministry and is not a departmental head, is not a captain of volleyball, is not a captain of rugby, is not in charge of golf. He's a CS, Honorable Speaker. And we must give our CS an ample time to prepare and come and give us facts about the ministry that he leads. We are not preparing this Senate to be a lynching platform where Honorable CS will be coming here trembling, sweating, expecting a scenario like that of Barnabas in the scripture. We want this House to address and handle our CS in executive in a decent manner, to allow Kenyans not to crucify people yet they are innocent. And on behalf of my good CS Ababu Namwamba, I want to stand in the gap and hold brief for him that he will come, articulate his position, make clear what is not clear, and allow him to execute what the president gave him to do. So, Honorable, my good majority leader,
Senator Fatuma,
the tone is clear.
Senator Wakoli, resume your seat. What's your point of order, Senator Fatuma Dulo? Resume your
I'm
seat.
on a point of order.
No,
Yes.
it's not on a point of order.
While people,
He's
Honorable
contributing.
Speaker, while people are praising my good Minister for Defense, Honorable Duale,
Senator Fatuma, let him finish.
I want to appreciate the good Minister Duale is here. He is being congratulated in presence. Allow me also to defend that whom is not here. Because you persecute, crucify the person you see before you. That is the rule of the game. So I want to request, Honorable Speaker, that we allow the good CS to come next week. We execute this matter that Honorable Cherargei is passionate about, running at night and in the day, and then allow the sportsmen and women of this country to harvest from their good talent. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Senators, you will allow us to close this matter after one contribution from Senator Modigi, final contribution from Senator Modigi, and I'll give directions. Senator Modigi, can he be heard in silence, please? Senator Modigi to be heard in silence.
Asante, Madam Speaker. Senator Cherargei ni rafiki yangu, lakini leo nimekataana na wewe. Huwezi kuwa kila kitu unasema mpaka tukuunge mkono. Yangu ni kusema waziri ni kijana mfanyikazi ambaye tunajua yale anatenda yote. Barua yake amesema ako kazi nje ya nchi na amekubali kukuja siku ya Jumatano. Na sasa kama saa hii tunakuja kupigana hapa juu ya kitu kidogo, na yeye kukataa, Leo wewe ni rafiki yangu, nimesema la kwa wewe, tuunge mkono ile barua ya waziri. Pia na support pia waziri wa ulinzi amekuwa mfanyikazi wa parliament, na ile kazi amefanya, tunajua mambo ya ulinzi katika Kenya, atafanya kazi nzuri. Kwa hiyo naunga mkono barua ya waziri wa vijana. Asante.
Resume your seat. Senator Fatma, I had given you a chance and then taken it away. Take 1 minute only.
Thank you, Speaker. I'll take 1 minute. Number one, I agree with the issues raised by various senators. But I'm sorry to say this. It is actually unbelievable that when matters come on the floor of this house, it's like, you know, people are defending one of their own. Madam Speaker, there was a reason why this house and the president agreed to change standing orders. And it is wrong for senators to actually stand on the floor of this house, hold brief for cabinet secretaries, and hold brief for those who are supposed to appear on the floor of this house. And I think they can take a cue from our brother, C.S. Duale, who understands the importance of parliament, and he is here.